In our previous video, we took a look at what a polynomial consisted of, and we determined that it was a monomial or the sum of two or more monomials. So in this video, we're going to talk about the degree of a monomial so we can determine the degree of a polynomial. So let's just dive right in. When we're talking about the degree of a monomial, we're talking about the sum of the exponents of all of its variables. Okay, remember the sum of the exponents of all the variables. So sum means to add. So we're going to add all the exponents of the individual variables in that term or in that monomial together. Notice it doesn't say anything about a constant, so we're not going to add the exponent of any constant. All right. So when we talk about the degree of a polynomial today, it's the greatest degree of any term in the polynomial. So once we determine the degree of each monomial in the polynomial, then we can decide the degree of the polynomial because we'll go whichever monomial has the highest degree. Let's just jump right in and take a look at how this works. So here is a binomial. We've got the terms 3a squared b to the third power plus 6. So we've got two terms there, two separate monomials. In this one, if we add the exponents on the variables, we would do 2 plus 3, which is 5. Remember, 6 is a constant, and it didn't say anything about adding the exponents of the constant. So this constant has a degree of 0. Well, 5 is definitely higher than 0, so the degree of this polynomial would be 5. On our next example, we have a trinomial. We have the trinomial 2d to the third power minus 5c to the fifth power times d minus 7. So when I look at these terms, I've got in this one variable, so one exponent, and that's a 3. In this one, I have c to the fifth, d to the first, so that would be 5 plus 1, which equals 6. And this is a constant, so it has the degree of it is 0. Well, 6 is definitely the highest of all of these, so this polynomial, this trinomial, has a degree of 6. Let's take a look at just two more examples. On this one, we've got just the term, it's a monomial because it's just one single monomial. So we have 7 y to the fifth z. So when I take a look at this, this is x to the first, y to the fifth, z to the first. So I'm going to go ahead and add 1 plus 5 plus 1, which is 7, which means this monomial has a degree of 7. In our next example, we've got a polynomial that has 4 terms. And the terms are 2rt, 3rt squared, r squared t squared, and 13. Well, in this one, we're going to do 1 plus 1 because each variable is to the power of 1. So this monomial, or this term, has a degree of 2. This one, we're going to do 1 plus 2, so it has a degree of 3. On r squared plus t squared, or 7r squared plus t squared, we're going to do 2 plus 2, which is 4. And again, a constant has a degree of 0. Well, 4 is the highest of all these degrees, so we'll say that this polynomial has a degree of 4. I hope this helped you kind of understand how to find the degree of a monomial and a polynomial. In the next video, we'll take a look at how we'll use this to write polynomials in standard form.